Stephanie. Well, I think it's one of the best two-man bands I have seen, that's for sure. Any churches that I've been to. So today, my sermon is about faith and connecting with God. And I wanted to show two videos today. One of them is both that have really moved me, and one is a video of True Mother and her words, and another is a video about these are just, you know, this is the newest, maybe you've already seen this, but this is the newest Peace TV update. True Mother came back to Korea and shared with the leaders. And then another is a song that I want to share from Hillsong called Oceans. So first of all, I just wanted to ask, how's everybody doing today? How about one word of how you're doing?
Great.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. And it can be anything, you know, it doesn't have to be. A few more. Jack? Great. Great. No more greats.
Omelets.
Huh?
Omelet.
Omelet. Okay. How's that? That's how you're doing?
I want an omelet.
Oh, yeah. Hungry. Anybody else? I want to hear from you. This is for you. You know. The sermon, right? How about you, Ken? How are you?
A little sleepy.
Sleepy. Yeah. Anybody else feeling sleepy? All right. So again, right now, while we watch True Mother, you know, please enjoy what she says, and I just hope that you can feel her love that I felt when I was watching it. So let's watch this True Mother. If someone could turn off the lights, please.
After listening to the inspiring reports, True Parents spoke, sharing a message to those present as representatives of all blessed families.
내가 아버님 성화 후에 진실을 밝힌다고 얘기하면서 많은 말을 했어. 그 말하는 것이 상대자에 따라서 베풀어주는 음식과 같아요. 잘 먹고 받아들이고 소화 잘하면은 건강한 생명으로서 출발할 수 있는 거예요. 우리는 섭리의 봄을 맞았다고 얘기했어. 기존의 방법과 다른 방법으로 나는 어려워도 힘들어도 섭리를 마감해야 되고 진실을 드러내야 되기 때문에 그러한 어려운 노정을 걷고 있는 것 사실이야. 그러나 하늘이 계시기에, 하늘 부모님이 계시기에, 그리고 참 부모에 의해서 축복받은 여러분 축복 가정들이 있기에 여러분들이 에바라기가 같이 정렬된 자세로 여러분들의 주어진 책임을 한다면은 하늘 부모님의 꿈, 인류의 소원은 반드시 이루어져. 나와 함께 한다는 이 시간은 여러분들이 나이를 막론하고 황금기야. 황금기. 그것을 놓쳐서는 안 돼. 우리의 목표도 우리의 갈 길도 하나야. 지상은 영원하지가 않아. 우리는 영원한 세계를 두고 지상에서의 최선을 다해서 공적을 세워서 나아가는 길이잖아. 이제 2020을 놓고는 얼마 남지 않았어. 그래서 특히 내가 한국에 있으니 한국 지도자 8명을 내가 특별 21일 정성을 드려라 하고 했어. 본래 하늘 부모님이 창조하셨던, 이상하셨던 그 세계의 결론, 나는 만들어내야 해. 하늘 부모님께서 다 이루었다. 자랑스러운, 사랑하는 내 아들, 딸들아. 거기에 무슨 갈래가 있고 흠이 있어서는 안 돼. 완전히 창부모와 정렬된 자리, 그 자리에서 여러분들이 책임을 다한 승리한 자들이 되어야 돼. 그러니까 여러분들이 더 열심히 하늘 부모님 앞에 충성해야 되겠다. 알겠어요? 내 마음은 여러분들 하나에게 다 해주고 싶어. 그러나 오늘 여러분들은 이미 다 받았어. 내가 사랑하니까. 그렇지?
네. I love seeing your mother smile like that when she said, "It's because I love you," right? So sweet.
Oh, sorry, Josh, I closed accident.
Oh, okay. Is that a sign? Do you want to watch do you want to listen to the song that I wanted to show you? Yeah, sure.
This one.
So, anything that stood out for you from True Mother's words? Can I hear from a few people? For me, I think it stood out that, well, just she was pretty happy. I guess that's one thing that stood out for me, and not even her words, but just her smiling and talking about one path, like going together. It's just, we're all going to be in it. We're all in it together. It's kind of like that kind of spirit and that kind of feeling. Yeah. And I think, so today what I want to talk about is, again, about faith. And one of the reasons why is because I feel that through faith and through acting on our faith is actually one way that we can really feel connected to true parents and feel connected to, God. And, we want to feel connected. We want to be there with True Mother and be on that one path, but sometimes we're like, oh, we don't know how to do it, or we don't feel motivated, or something. And I just really felt like from some experiences the last couple of weeks that just doing things is the way that I feel connected. It's almost counterintuitive. Normally we think, oh, I need to feel to do something and then do it. But what I'm saying is you do it and then you feel connected and you feel the motivation. So that's what I want to talk about today. And this is one of my favorite songs. And it talks about faith and that kind of connection that we want, with God. And I just really want to invite you to remember True Parents. The song is 9 minutes, so I want you to remember your time with if you have an experience with True Parents, or sometime just to reflect on that. Take this time to just maybe think about your family, think about people that you love, and just let the words and song be a part of you. Yes, please enjoy. Can we turn off the lights? Thanks. stood out for you from the song, from Hillsong?
Really beautiful images of the ocean. It's just incredible how much energy and excitement there is just in looking at the water
Right.
and the sand and the beach. I guess. And yeah, really good heart of faith being expressed.
Anybody else? Yeah.
I would say was washed in the blood of Jesus.
Mm.
I'm a Christian.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear the beginning.
Washed in the blood of Jesus.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the Christian faith is built on sacrifice of Jesus.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
I want to say.
No, yeah. The love of Jesus, right, was present. Yeah. And his hard work and sacrifice. And the gratitude is what I heard too from the singer, right? The gratitude, the feeling of that. You know, one of the parts that I really enjoyed and love about it is kind of the calling of the singer to take me deeper into the waters, and that my faith be made stronger. Just kind of, I don't know, somehow that really moves my heart. I can't even explain it, but just even now, it was, made me tear up. And also what is it? For I am yours and you are mine. That really touched me. Like, that love and that connection between God or Jesus and us and me. I felt kind of coincides with what your mother was saying. Like, we're going on the same path. We're together with this. I'm with you. So again, today I'm talking about faith and how faith can bring us closer to God, particularly acting on it, right? So, first of all, I guess, I know for me, one of the big things that I deal with all the time is feeling like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not good enough, or, I don't know how many of you have maybe you have your to-do list, mental to-do list, or real to-do list, and Stephanie's smiling, sorry. I remember your to-do list. To-do list, and then at the end of the day, you just feel like, man, I just didn't get anything done, or you just feel kind of like a little bit of this burden, and for me that happens often, sometimes multiple days, right? Especially for me, if there's one thing that I really, I'm really want to do, or know I want to do, and I don't do it, recently I've been thinking about, the thing that's been like that for me has been, I've been wanting to go out and give the blessing, the holy wine, to a friend of ours, a neighbor of ours, and I came back. For those of you maybe that don't know, I went to Las Vegas for leaders meeting at Famicom, and I felt so happy. I got so much blessing, so much love. Just like there was such a nice. I don't know, many great people. True Mother came, so I felt this strong feeling like I have to do something about it. I have to I can't just receive that. I have to do something about that. And I really felt like what I wanted to do was to go and give the blessing to somebody. And so, this happens for all kinds of things though. For work, I'll be like, I have this task at work, this big thing usually that's something I might not really want to do, or you know, usually it's the hard task or it's a task that involves other people that I don't want to deal with, maybe. And, you know, so it happens. I don't know, does anybody feel like they have, do you feel like you have stuff like that? Can you think of something in your life? Can you think of something that, you know, that feels like a pressure for you to do that you might avoid or however?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, that feeling is something that I was feeling recently about giving the holy wine to somebody. You know, it could be anything though. Like I said, it could be about work or something with your son or daughter. And yeah, I was just like, and the interesting thing is that I kept telling myself, you're not doing enough. You know, you should have done that yesterday, or you should have done this, or you should have done that, you should have done blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, how for any of you, does that work well for you? Does that help you when you tell yourself that? You know, it's just, I was just thinking, like, it really doesn't help at all, right? If you tell yourself whatever, like, I should have done this, or I should have done that, I really, really believe that that's Satan's, like, #1 tactic, is using ourselves to stop ourselves from doing things. So that's something that we're all dealing with. And I mean, I was even, you know, I realized that what I was doing was even not just that I was making myself feel bad. Then I went to my wife, and I'd be like, I started to judge her. I'm like, you're not doing enough. Has anybody noticed that you do that? Like, when you feel like you're not doing enough, you start judging other people? You know, I was like, I kept thinking in my mind, like, it's so much more, it comes up normally, anyways, but it was coming up even more recently when I had this feeling that I should go out and give the blessing, and I wasn't. That I was even more starting to judge Homari in my head about, you know, like taking a, you know, quick break, sitting on the couch for a few minutes, or, you know, the dishes aren't done, or the room's dirty, or whatever it is, you know, and in the past I would always think like, oh yeah, you know, that's her fault, that if she was doing more, then I would feel better, or, you know, but now I realize that I'm just upset because I'm making myself guilty about not doing something. So, you know, so that point is that we might blame ourselves. I blame myself. I have been, and then even blaming others. And you know what happened? What we did, and mostly actually thanks to Homari, and the thing that I found that really helps in this kind of situation, when I'm like, I need to do something, I feel, you know, I don't feel like doing it, I feel down. Many times it's because I haven't been doing what I want to do. And what helps is to just go out and do something, you know, go and take take one of the items on your to-do list, or, you know, make one of those calls. Many times for me, it's a phone call that I don't want to make. I relate for you. You know, just do it, you know, and it really just liberates me, you know. So with this situation, with the blessing, you know, Homari and I, we have this family that I think I've shared with some of you before, where Homari used to walk down the street and with the kids, you know, just going on the stroller with Young and Caleb, and going to the park or something. And there was this grandma that would sit on her porch and see us, or see her and the kids, and she would invite the kids and give them like candy. She was just sitting right up beside the road, you know. And she did that like multiple times. Eventually Homari became friends with her, grandma, and Young Ann loved grandma. She'd always be like, oh, let's go visit grandma. Let's go walk to grandma's house, you know. And actually, unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, this grandma, her name's Judy, she passed away. And, you know, we knew that she wasn't doing well, but we were pretty sad about it. And, you know, we wanted to bless her, and, you know, we were actually, it was really like, we were pretty close to going and doing that. And the time when we did, we found out that she had passed away just a couple weeks ago. So it was pretty sad. But the family we got to meet, and we really felt like we wanted to give the blessing to her child that she lived with, her son and daughter-in-law. So, you know, we had gone by with a few days trying to contact them. We didn't do it, and finally this day, I don't know, I think it was this Monday actually, you know, came back from work, and we're like, okay, Homari's like, okay, Josh, let's go today. We're gonna go. And I'm like, you know, he hasn't answered my call. I don't know, we've never blessed anybody before. You know, what are we gonna do with the kids? You know, I was really, really tired. I just wanted to, literally, I was laying in my bed when Homari came and said, let's go. And I was like, but, you know, I felt, okay, you know, my wife's supporting me right now. She's encouraging me for something that I want to do. Okay, I'm going to at least reciprocate and respond to that. So like I said, we never blessed anybody before. We actually left the house. I'm walking out of the house, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are we going to do with the kids? Like, I mean, we weren't sure how we're going to handle, take care of the kids. And we're like, finally I felt, Homari, let's just go. We don't know what we're going to say exactly, and how are we going to manage with the kids? Is it legal to leave them in the car, right, you know, when the house is right, you know, in visible distance, you know, right there. But we just decided to go. I was like, okay, we're going to go and just do something, you know. When what happens is I mean, it's already a victory just to go. So we did it. We went to the family, we visited them, and we talked to them. We asked them if they'd like to receive the blessing, and Homari and I were nervous talking to them. We, you know, kids were good, everything went well with the kids, and the family said, you know, we'd like to think about it. And we ended up going home, and, you know, that was the end of the story. And really, the result, though, was I felt so good. It was just like a liberation, liberated feeling off my shoulder, and also this feeling of just through going in the car, even before I went to the person's house, I already felt some kind of guidance or some kind of connection with God. I felt like God was saying, I told Homari, I was like, Homari, it doesn't matter if we bless the person or don't bless the person. Really, God is happy already that his child, one of his children, our family, is doing something together, united, and, you know, wanting to share about your parents and doing something about that. Even just driving in the car, right? And another one of his children, you know, has an opportunity to hear about your parents. You know, I mean, I was just thinking, from God's point of view, us little children running around, you know, we have so much more to grow. We're kind of many times I imagine from God's point of view, we're kind of like little, I don't know, toddlers. How old do you think? Pretty young, right? We're immature in many ways. But he's so happy. He's just happy so I would be happy if my young 5-year-old decides to go to her friend's house and tell her about something that she loves. So, there's that liberated feeling, that feeling of connection and closeness to God and to Homare, and that's really one of the main points that I want to make today is through doing something, through doing something I felt connected to God, and I felt connected to Homare, and I felt not only that, but like this great good feeling, like that kind of a feeling of I did something, I did a good job, or like a bit, even like powerful feeling, right? I was thinking, just thinking about also finally, like, what would it be like if we were like that all the time, right? If we, I really feel one of True Mother's messages is being, she talked about the sunflower, aligning to her like the sunflower, right? When you think about a sunflower, what do you think about? I think about something very natural, and the word that comes up to me, for me, is free. And that's I think what it'd be like if we did follow our intuition and did just move forward, do things following our conscious. We would feel free. We would feel liberated. We'd be, I want to be like a sunflower, right? Recently I was again like another thing about what it would be like is I want to share a little story with my dad. I had a conversation with my dad a couple of weeks ago where I was upset about something, and I had called and I was actually speaking to my mom, and my dad heard I was on speakerphone. I call them often, and my dad heard me, and he told me, I was basically complaining to my mom, and my dad had heard me, and he basically came and he said, Josh, you should do blah blah blah, and I got upset. I got upset at my dad. So out of that though, we had a really good conversation where I told him how much he means to me and I just told him that in that moment I felt, that he was telling me something to do, and I didn't feel his love. I didn't feel his love, one type of love that I wanted, which was that he listened, and so we came to a great understanding about what kind of relationship we want. I think 2 words to describe it would be free and authentic, or honest, right? So it was a great thing came out of that. We really had such a deep conversation, and I said to my dad, I said, Abba, thank you so much, because even right now, I really feel your love, and I feel that you're listening to me, like, completely. That was right after that happened, and right after I apologized. And then just yesterday, I called my dad, and I said, I'm with my kids. For those of you that don't know, I have 3 kids, and I was with my, how old is Caleb? 3 years old. And 3 years old, and Lucas is 2 months or something. So anyways, I was with both of them, and I have this it was really funny. Yeah, if you want, I can show you a picture. I have this stroller that's a single stroller, and Homare had went out with Young A, and I was with them. I really wanted to just give them a little walk, take them out. So, but I didn't have a stroller that's appropriate, so I ended up basically putting together the car seat and the stroller. It was safe. It was safe. Okay. Very secure. I put it, anyways, I put them in a way, and I was walking with both of them outside, just right on the sidewalk, next to my apartment. And, I had quiet for a couple minutes, which is awesome, right? It doesn't happen often, right, to have quiet. But I had some quiet time, and I thought, let me call my dad. I haven't talked to him for a little bit. So I just called him, and my dad's like in the middle of this. I hear people in the background like, oh, Mr. So-and-so, yay, and then people are clapping. I can hear it's like some kind of award ceremony or something was going on. And he tells me, hi Josh. He says, I'm like, where are you? He said, I'm in Vienna now. And I said, wow, awesome, amazing. And I said, so what are you doing? He said, yeah, we're in charge of 40 people, and our goal is to bring 3,000 new people to register to be at the rally in Vienna in 2 weeks. And I said, oh, wow, amazing. So I told my dad, and really what I want to highlight is he's in the middle of the event, like right there. I just call him out of the blue. He just picks up the phone and starts talking to me. He's like, I can't hear you, let me put on some headphones. And I'm like walking down the road with this stroller that's not the most secure thing. I have my Bluetooth earphones on, and it was just such a wonderful conversation. I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I'm spending some time with the kids now, we're taking them for a walk, and we just share very freely and just what we're both up to. And I don't remember a time where my dad was so just free and just shared what he's doing, and especially, he even later, I was like, yeah, also